Hi, this is Dr. Weggert from the Science Department.
Wait, give it 10 minutes. Go.
Hi, this is Dr. Weggert from the Science Department. We're here to talk to you today about our STEM programs, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see the PowerPoint that we're going to go through. Give me just a second. All right, you all should be seeing the PowerPoint. We're going to start with the science portion, and then Matt Lyles is going to take over for the technology, engineering, and math portion. So here at CTC, we've lumped together the science and the agriculture departments into one. And our phone number here, in case you want to contact us with more specific information, it's 254-526-1288. That'll get you the secretary, and she can direct you. In the department, we have classes in a wide variety of topics. We cover biology, chemistry, environmental science, geology, physics, astronomy, and then the agriculture pursuits. And anyone that gets a science degree, those people are going to be in high demand for a wide variety of things. Typically, you can get pretty good wages, and there's a lot of opportunity for crossing over into other degrees. So even if you want to be something else, be a lawyer, a businessman, the science field is one that will cross over into a lot of other fields. So taking a science classes, getting science degrees can actually help you with those other pursuits. Here at CTC, we offer associate degrees, and we're trying to prepare you to transfer to a university. Because in the sciences, the working degree is the master's degree. So we're going to get you your associates here and then send you to a university where you can get your bachelor's, and from there, work your way up to a master's and potentially a doctorate degree. The associates for the sciences that we have are organismal biology, human biology, chemistry, environmental science, and geology. Now, some people look at science and go, well, that's nice, but how do you make money at it? There are a lot of groups that hire scientists. Government agencies hire scientists all the time. Universities hire scientists to do research, to teach. Mining companies, manufacturing companies hire us to figure out new and better ways to use materials. There's research laboratories, and some of the sciences lead almost directly into healthcare fields. A lot of the students we get coming through our department are preparing for nursing and for other healthcare related pursuits. Also, like I said, there's a lot of crossover with science. Many of you are probably familiar with TV shows like CSI, where scientists use different science techniques to help solve crimes. Forensic science uses a lot of what we discover and applies it to catching criminals. Lawyers will often get involved. For instance, if there's a legal dispute over mining rights or something along those lines, lawyers often will turn to geologists to help figure out, basically learn to talk between the geologist and the lawyers to be able to argue their case. Politics gets into a lot of science. Engineering uses chemistry, physics. So all of these and a lot of others are going to be using the stuff you would learn in a science field. And we also have, like I mentioned before, the agriculture department is lumped in with the science department. Here at CTC, we have our own farm and ranch area. This picture shows the barn in the right-hand side, and that's where we keep a lot of the cattle. It's got our indoor arena for working with horses. Our numbers keep changing, but I think we're somewhere around 10 cows and I think it's 12 horses, something like that. But we have the farm and ranch area. We also have our own greenhouse. So if you want to learn to grow crops, to do gardening, we have classes that use the greenhouse as well. What are the benefits? High demand. Everybody wants to eat, right? So we need people with ag degrees to grow the food that we're going to use. And in a lot of cases, these jobs are ones where you will be your own boss. You get to work outside. You can apply this pretty much wherever you want. So if you decide you want to leave Texas and move to Minnesota, to California, to Florida, wherever you want to go, what you'll learn here, you can apply. And if you enjoy growing your own food, this is a great way to get involved in that. Now we have certificates of completion as well as associate degrees. Our degrees are kind of designed to scale up. So you'll start off, you take a certain number of courses, you get a certificate of completion. And if that's all you need, then you can go on. Or you can continue to take classes. And after you've completed certificates of completion in things like the agricultural industries and production technology, you can then work on an associates of science or applied science in things like equine management, handling the horses, agriculture production, which is basically growing crops, and horticulture management, running a greenhouse, the smaller scale application of plants for different agricultural pursuits. And again, what we're trying to do is prepare you so that you can go on to a university to earn your bachelor's degree. So what's the bottom line? What are you going to likely make if you major in these different sciences or agricultural fields? As you can see, the salaries are pretty good for most of the sciences. One thing to make note of, if you look at the agriculture, the average salary here, this salary does include all of the unskilled laborers, which is why it looks really, really low. Speaking with the agricultural professor, he expected the actual starting salary to probably be more around 50 to 60,000 if you've actually got a bachelor's degree. So all of these lead to a pretty good paying job, one that will give you a fairly comfortable standard of living if you pursue it. So I think next is computer science. So I'm going to turn it over to Matt.
Did my video didn't share? I'm in my content share. Before I share content, so we talked to Parker. We have a couple other people here, Daniel Bandy and call-in user 2. Could y'all either unmute and tell us, or maybe type in the chat what
You're breaking up. For some reason, you're breaking up right now. So
try.
We lost you for a moment. Come back.
Is it any better now?
Yes.
All right. My wife is having a Zoom meeting at the same time. Maybe that had something to do with it. Anyway, we spoke with Parker at the beginning. We knew he was interested in ag stuff. We have Daniel Bandy and call-in user 2 also here. If y'all could either unmute yourself and say, or type in the chat what you're interested in, what your goals are, that would kind of help us to tailor this to what you're looking for here. So it's not just us going through the motions. We would rather it be, I think, more specific to what your interests are. So I can hold off just a second, and I'll start aiming towards sharing my screen, because it takes me a second to do that anyway. But if y'all could do that, that would. I just shared my email. PowerPoint. All right. Can y'all see the PowerPoint show here?
it.
Okay. I can't see the chat at this point. Did anybody ever pop in?
Parker said, find usable land to open storage buildings and get them to max capacity and sell them.
Okay. What about the other people? Daniel Bandy and Colin User 2? Or anybody on Facebook, maybe?
I'm looking. One sec.
Okay. We may have people on Facebook. Oh, military officer transitioning. I just caught it. I didn't get it all. What did I say?
Second career. Awesome. Retiring this year. Yeah. Now is the time to get it in, right? Get your education.
Alrighty. Do we know which specific field you're hoping to study? We'll go through it anyway because we have computer science people. Oh, we have online people as well. I forgot. Okay, so computer science is not either one of our departments, but we'll do our best here. There's a wide variety of application to it. There's so much, especially it's really come into sharp focus here in the last couple of months. But there sure is an awful lot of application for computer science people. Programming is a crucial part of life. We do offer an associate's in it. Our computer science department has several different both certificates and degree plans, but this one falls in our, we call it a cluster, so we're talking about that. They get paid pretty well there. There's the salaries, but basically developing software, it can go lots of different ways. You know, you could develop software to manage finances. You can do it to actually crunch data. You can do it to have a graphical interface to help students do things, to help people in industry do things, games, all kinds of things. It can go lots of ways. As students are probably even more down with the different kind of ways it can be used than even we are. But for sure, you know, the technological world is ever changing, and software developers are a big chunk of what allows that change to happen and to reach people and be more productive and all of those exciting kinds of things. And that's basically what I had to say for the computer science people. But that's got that. I am actually in the math department. I guess I didn't say my name. Dr. Wager said it. I'm Matt Lyles. I teach in the math department. But inside of our department, we also have engineering and robotics. So we offer associates of science. We offer classes. So even if you're not in our department, likely you will have to take a math class. Most people, it's part of your basic core that you have to take up. Even if you're going to transfer on to a four-year school, somebody in my department is likely to see you at some point. I would say on behalf of the math department, when you take a math class, please don't be afraid to ask a question. Don't let it snowball on you. Reach out and ask questions and be proactive. Your learning is in part your responsibility there. And so I would also say that if you have questions, analysis. So if you have questions, likely other people will as well. So anyway, we offer all kinds of things from entry level, like you need to go back and get some developmental studies kind of things, all the way up through calculus, linear algebra, differential equations. From there, four-year colleges don't see them as two-year college kind of stuff, and so they wouldn't give us credit, wouldn't give you credit for those courses, so that we don't teach those, and we let you take those at the four-year institution. But in Texas, we have a thing called field of study. So even if you don't get core complete, basically all of our math courses transfer really well to all Texas public universities. The science department is in a similar position there. I just need to say that out loud. But if you get core complete, then your entire core can transfer out. But this, if you're that's maybe something to speak about to a faculty advisor at some point to kind of see what your goals are, how quick you're trying to transfer, if that's part of your goal. But all of our courses meet those things. They transfer to most colleges nationwide. You might just have to give them a copy of the syllabus or something. Happy to help you with that at any time. Just let us know. We are here for you. So moving along, lots of potential careers in math. An actuary is somebody that typically works in either finance or insurance, and they calculate probabilities using big data to see how likely things are to make predictions. And you can see how that would be handy in both finance and insurance to kind of have a good idea where that's going to go, so they know how to make their rates. A data analyst is what it sounds like. You take big chunks of data and you organize it and make sense out of it. Patterns. Really, there's lots of different ways. Like the science degrees, you can work in just about any field. If you can show people that you're good at math, you're very teachable, and they like to have you on board. So it's a good opportunity for you there. Like math. Why math at CTC? We have a video, and I think instead of hitting this link, I'll just try it and see what it does, and I'm gonna have to do a share thing. Pause. Y'all see the video? I think I need to hit share right there. Now you can see the video now.
Yes, I can see the video. If you can make it big, please.
Make it big, yeah. Told you I'm gonna be a knucklehead. I need help. Okay, here we go.
Central Texas College is kind of a unique situation since people move around so much. So it's like, do I get involved in this college or do I wait for a 4-year, or how does that play out? And I really do recommend the math program at CTC because they truly care about the students and they care about how much information that they pour into your little mind.
When you get a mathematics degree, you can be a teacher, you can be an engineer, if you get an associate's degree in mathematics, what I really like that is it allows you to go into any kind of STEM field. You'll be prepared. So you'll be able to, if you want to be a doctor, you can be a doctor, engineer, teacher, drafting and design, architect. So if you want to pursue a bachelor's degree in mathematics, you want to teach high school mathematics or upper level, you want to go into engineering or anything like that, you'll be calculus complete, which means that whatever college you transfer to, you'll be ready to pursue the junior level, senior level courses once you get your associate's degree in mathematics from us.
And now we're back to the PowerPoint. Is that true? Can we all see the PowerPoint?
You're back to the slides.
All right, fantastic. All right, so we also offer engineering. You can get an associate's degree in engineering, and we partner with Texas A&M Central College right down the road so that you can get a 4-year degree locally in Killeen for significantly lower cost than you might be going to the traditional 4-year school elsewhere in the state. Although, like I said earlier, all of our stuff transfers really well. Our head of engineering department has worked closely with Texas A&M and with the University of Texas and different colleges across the state to make sure that they're going to accept our credits for each of these courses. And it's, with appropriate rigor and does the whole thing. And we are here. The good thing about taking classes like this at our school is that the class sizes are small. You get good personal attention and make sure that you have a good rock solid foundation before you transfer off to a bigger school and finish your degree there, wherever that is. So we're here and we provide, let's see, read the slide out loud. For math and engineering. Okay, moving along. Some different fields in engineering. It's by no means a comprehensive list, but you can go into aerospace engineering, biomedical, civil, electrical, mechanical, and petroleum engineering. And even within mechanical engineering, there's lots of kind of subfields. I can speak from a lot of experience because I come from a family of engineers. My older brother does commercial heating and air conditioning. They call it HVAC. My younger brother has a bachelor's in mechanical engineering with an emphasis on robotics. And then he went and got a master's in electrical engineering, and he does communication satellites. You can go lots of different industries, and starting pay is solid. You can make a really quality salary with an engineering degree, just like the science degrees and the math degree. You can come out of the box and get a really good job right away. I have another video that I probably need to share. Happens. Here and go full screen.
I would definitely suggest this program to people wanting to get into engineering. It's a great program, and now that A&M has their mechanical engineering program up and running, it's a great transition program to a 4-year degree.
We have an engineering program here at Central Texas College. We offer an associate degree in engineering. Because we have the program here at Central Texas College, the tuition and fees is less than other institutions. And then when they move on to a foreign institution, they're going to be saving a lot of money. Now, here what we have also, we have a good pathway now. We just started this semester, fall 2019, with A&M Central Texas. So the students finish 2 years here at CTC, and they finish another 2 years at A&M Central Texas to finish a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering technology. If you want to be an engineer, this is the first step. You can start here from CTC, finish 2 years, and you can move on to a 4-year institution.
All right.
We see robotics.
Fantastic. Everybody can hear me and we're seeing okay?
Yep.
All right. Robotics is a new program starting this fall. Now, the COVID thing makes this not the best time to start a new program, but we're committed to it and we're going to make it happen. Like some of the other, what do you call those degrees? Or hands-on type of stuff like drafting and HVAC and these types of things. There's going to be some lab type things going on. So we're not quite sure what the fall is going to look like just yet. We're still waiting on lots of things to come together. But the robotics is a hands-on experience, so no matter what, we will have some sort of a plan in place where you can be able to come in and have a hands-on experience getting that going. We're actually offering not just certificates, but associate's degrees in that as well. We're working with industry to try to get internships so that you have actual industry experience, that you can develop relationships, and a lot of companies like that, so that when you come out of school, you're already trained. They don't have to pay you full salary to be trained, so you're more likely to get hired, which is a fantastic thing. You can apply the mathematics and the engineering type things and have some overlap in between these, depending on what your goals are. But we provide lots of different opportunities here. So this is a new opportunity coming this fall. This video does not work, so I won't click it, but that's what I have. So that's, I'll stop sharing my screen and I can get organized here. Stop sharing. And we're back. So that's got my bit. I guess at this point, remember this is about you all, so we're ready to answer whatever questions you may have. So if you have questions, this is the perfect time. Both Dr. Weggert and I are here. And if we don't know, Marceli Vargas is here and she can help as well, or we can always take your question and go find the answer and get back to you. If you have a question, this is a great time.
Can you kind of talk to everybody about how the classes are going to run for the summer and May to fall?
Okay, so I'll go first here, and then Daniel, I'll let you kind of pick it up and we'll kind of tag team it that way. So I can speak for the math and the engineering department because that's where I am. At present, we are live streaming our classes. So we realize that math is a hard thing just to learn straight from the textbook. So we are actually having class at the class time, although you can't sit in the classroom to do it. We're doing it online live streaming where you can interact with your professor, both chat and voice if you have it. So you can actually watch your professor work problems. You can stop them in the middle and say, hey, right there, what happened? Why is this happening? You can ask good interactive questions and make sure that you understand the topic in a timely way. So you can kind of get get practice even during class. Anyway, that's our plan for the foreseeable future, for certain, for the summer. We're waiting to hear back from the plan from the college about reopening. We don't know what that's going to look like just yet. For certain, summer one is online. So even if it's a lecture course, for the math department, we're calling it blended, but we're still going to be live streaming it like you're seeing us right now, where you would be able to see, like I shared my screen. When I teach my live stream classes, I actually use a program called Microsoft OneNote. So you can actually see me writing on the screen as we go, and then I save the notes to a PDF and upload it so that the notes are available afterwards. But that's what we're doing for summer. For the fall, we don't know yet just exactly what's going to happen, but we're prepared for that, either however that shakes out. But that's us for the math department, and for engineering. And I'll send it over to Dr. Weggert for the science.
Yeah, the sciences, because we have so many different topics, it's going to be a little different depending on which class you're in, because each class has its own unique set of challenges. Chemistry and geology, yeah, they're both a science, but the way they're taught is a little different. So it's going to vary a little bit from class to class. Your best bet is to contact the instructor for that class to find out how they're planning it. Right now, a lot is still up in the air, like Matt was saying, because we don't know what the school's going to let us do, what guidelines are going to come down. Our goal right now is to try and open in the fall as a blended course where the lecture material and at least some portion of the lab is done either virtually on a computer or you do it at home and submit it some form or fashion. But that there'll be at least a little bit of the lab time where you're actually going to come to class to get that hands-on experience. This is especially important for certain types of classes like the anatomy and physiology, which is a prerequisite for the nursing department, and microbiology, which again, prerequisite for the nursing programs. They're going to try and do some hands-on activities. I see that Daniel was asking, how are we doing testing? That's going to vary a little bit from class to class. And again, it'll vary based on what the administration decides we can and can't do. Right now in the science department, our hope is that we can have the tests face-to-face. But I don't know. It'll also depend from one class to another, because certain things that I can do in my geology classes that are really easy for me to do are not so easy for microbiology to do. So it'll vary a little bit. But I think the goal is to try and at least part of the time in lab and maybe for the tests, bring people back face to face. But that could change between now and August.
Could you say quickly for the summer, what's your testing plans in the science department?
Science, the summer is all pretty much going to be online. Most of our face-to-face classes are going to be offered in summer 2 semester or session. There's a hope that we might be able to do a little bit of face-to-face when summer 2 gets here, but again, it's still kind of up in the air. We haven't gotten the green light on that just yet. So right now, I would plan summer being fully online, and hopefully fall we can at least do part-time back face-to-face.
And Daniel, from the math department, it's more or less the same thing. For the summer, we're looking at online. It's not our favorite. We would prefer face-to-face tests always, but for face-to-face classes, for lecture classes, and then for the fall, we're waiting to hear back. Again, just like science, we hope that face-to-face, we have a testing center, we have it all set up and ready to go. We just have to be cleared to be able to do that. It has to be safe and follow health guidelines and all of that. So we're waiting to hear back. But for the future, for the summer, for sure, for right now, at home is what we're after.
And again, my recommendation, closer to when the semester starts, contact the specific instructor for that class to find out what that instructor is going to be doing, because that'll give you the best data. But I would wait till probably mid-July, maybe. Beginning to mid-July, we'll probably know. But again, it all depends on what the state decides and what our administration decides.
All right. Marcelli, are there any questions on Facebook or any other places here?
No, I don't see any other questions. I think you guys pretty much covered everything that anybody may have wanted to know. So thank you guys for doing this. I hope that individuals that might have had some questions, have answers right now. And again, you're welcome to contact the departments and find out more information if you have any questions. Thank you to everybody who participated. Thank you to the students and the faculty and everybody else. And at 3 p.m., we're going to have our next session. So you're welcome to join us at that point. And hopefully, let me see, which one's at 3 p.m.? I forgot to look. At 3 p.m., we did that one, arts. We should have arts, humanities, and media. So if you're interested in participating, please join us at 3 p.m. All right, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you in a little bit.
Thanks, everybody, and welcome to CTC.
No problem, Daniel, and you have a great week too.